one of the songs we attempted to do with the band was Key to the Highway, and the way that I did it was the way Eric Clapton does it on One More Car, One More Rider, or about 2002, 2003, I think he did it. I'm going to have to move I might have to move a few things here to get this to work, but what this way of playing, it was one of the songs that I thought when we played, we sounded best as a three-piece, or sorry, it was a four-piece band with a singer, but instrumentally we were a three-piece. The reason I felt it sounded best was because I was playing more like a three-piece guitarist should. The trouble is, we tend to, when you're learning guitar, you tend to learn these great big chords, great big bar chords here. Even this is quite this sort of seventh shape is quite a big shape, and that sounds cool. But then when you go into a solo or something like that, you've lost something. You've lost most of your noise effectively. So what most guitarists, myself included, tend to then think to do is you've got to, okay, well that's too small, so I've got to make things bigger. So you add in effects and lots of extra noise to try and make your little lead licks sound bigger and better. And the trouble that causes is you end up with more and more, but it's not really anything substantial. It's more noise. From my perspective, anyway. Your mileage may vary. So the then answer is not to play more on the, seems obvious when you think about it, but instead of playing more on the solo side, you play less on the rhythm side. So instead of playing these big chords, play a bit less, and you actually let your bass player fill up the bottom end, or keyboardist if you're lucky enough to have one. And that just means that instead of the sound going from this big down to and you get nothing, you go from and also because those shapes are smaller, they're easier to make. So as you're doing your solo, you can actually nip back into the rhythm pattern and continue the rhythm. So yeah, the answer is not to play. The answer for a three-piece guitarist is not to play more in the solo side, but actually to play less in the rhythm side. And what you'll find there also is something that's, say, a bit lost when you play the big chord. Has a lot more dynamic to it. Sorry, I missed. Just to go back. the extra notes that you play on top of your any notes that you're playing on top of your chord will sound clearer across, you know, if you're only playing 3 notes. If you're only playing 3 notes, the little add notes that you play, or ad lib notes, or solo notes, or passing notes, or whatever you want to think of them as, will have more impact on the sound that you're making, instead of kind of getting lost within the sound of the chord. You can also do like Steve Cropper with sort of partial chord. If I was making proper chords out of that, I wouldn't be able to do it. It's just too fast. You can keep quite a fast sort of rhythm pace that you wouldn't be able to otherwise keep. Well, guitarists that are better than me would probably, Steve Cropper would certainly be able to keep it, I would think, but you know, guitarists that are better than me would be able to keep it maybe, but you know, it gives you a way to keep the gives you a way to keep the rhythm pace up, and yeah, a bit interesting because you can move the chords around a bit more. You can move chords around a lot quicker and make different sounds, make the rhythm a bit more interesting than just playing straight rhythm.